So I start as a KP, and some people they say, "Oh, you're gonna be 1 month in here and leave." So when I see the kitchen and I like to cook, I say, maybe one day I'm gonna be a chef. I think the biggest challenge in the kitchen, apart of cooking, I think is people. We are all different. We come from different countries, different culture. It's a bit difficult to work with people. It's one thing when I turn off the gas and the stoves and I close the door. I don't speak more about the work and I look after my life. So it's not just work. I find myself in the kitchen, relax, it's stress. I think I like to be stressed. I don't know.
Alexandru Sandu, welcome to Hospitality Insights.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me today. And here I have a lot of emotion. It's for
You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, we both learning every day. It's something that I'm trying to get better. At what I do. So, it's a constant process. Getting where you want to be. And obviously, English is not our first language, so it's always going to be a struggle every here and there. But as long as we can get that message across and people understand what we want to say, that's all we need. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
We're not teaching English here. We're just cooking,
Okay.
So, or talking about cooking, actually. So I want to go back to your history, beginning of hospitality, because you started in Italy.
Yeah.
You started in Italy as a pizza chef, right? So how is the difference? What's the difference between working in Italy, like what you've done before, to what you do at Samphire? Because that's where you work now, which is a fine dining place here in Jersey, very well renowned and respected in the industry. How do you see the difference between Italy and Jersey, and then after that maybe between cooking in Italy and cooking in Jersey?
So the difference is people, different people, different customers, different colleagues, and training as well. Here we have like set training for waiters, for chefs, KP. Everybody have their job, and there is more like where I work like 10 years ago, before I come in Jersey. It's not that much training. It's just make the pizza, send it, done. No, not much. I don't know.
Process, I guess.
Yeah.
There was no process for it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Now I have the chef. I work with him in there. So he open big restaurant and it's better. He have training. He have is more documented about this. Before, no, that much.
It was just like, see you on the street, you want to do pizza? Yeah, come in, and then you will teach you just...
Yeah, something like that. Because when I start, I didn't know to make pizza, and after 2 weeks...
You learn on the job.
Yeah. I worked like 2 years in pizza restaurant or pizzeria. I call pizzeria.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm sure that must have been a huge difference when you came to Jersey and you see everything more organized. Plus, since you started, you also went through the school, through Highlands. So how do you think that helped you in your career? Was that beneficial? Was it not? Was it? Some people say, "Well, school is a waste of time, especially for hospitality." How do you see that?
So I cook from 12 years. So for me, I like and I love to cook. But when I start to be a chef, for example, I want to have something basic to know what happened in the kitchen. Same with the produce, how to keep meat, how to keep cheeses, milk, everything, fish. It's good to go to school. You have the basic, and I recommend it for everybody to be in a school, because I know I have colleagues in the past. You work like 10, 15 years in the industry, and they don't have a bit the basic. They just come cooking and go home. I think some people have passion for that, and some people is like job. They need the money like everybody.
Yeah.
But it's not come from here.
Yeah.
If I explain.
Yeah, no, absolutely, you're right, and I think there are obviously there always has to be a balance, money and passion, because we all have to pay bills, I guess,
Yeah.
and it's not as easy as it seems. But at the same time, when you have that passion, it just makes everything so much easier. And I remember you because we used to work, like, for people that don't know, we used to work together for a
Yeah.
brief period of time. I don't know how much I was at Samphire. Well, it was Ormer at the time.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, and then it transitioned to Samphire after that. So you started in Jersey from kitchen porter, and something that's really impressive to me, it's like your journey, starting from kitchen porter and then, making your way up to what you do today. And you do all the sections, I think, in the restaurant, which again is something that's impressive because not many people do, especially pastries, which I know is something that you like, actually.
Yeah.
How do you find the pastry section? Is that something that you want to do in the future, or how do you see?
So I love to do pastry, and it's a bit difficult. It's not easy as to cook a piece of meat or fish.
Yeah. It's a bit more science. You need to be precise.
Yeah. If you don't have a right, how can I say, a right recipe, if you don't follow the recipe, no, it's not like putting more salt or
Yeah. You need to be
seasoning.
precise. So you do like pastries, yeah, which is interesting because not many chefs do. And I know you've done here at Highlands, right, as well, some sort of course.
I finished in here the culinary pastry arts, so I do 1 year, and after I stay 1 year in pastry section, and I learn a lot, and I try a lot of things new, and it's go in the menu. I have a lot of helps from Tommy, so I know Tommy from 10 years, and he's pushed me a bit, and he see I want to be there, so he give me a lot of challenges, how you work with sugar, how you do many things like cakes or...
Yeah, for people that don't know, obviously Ormer was under almost like a different... Was it different ownership? I think it was probably, or I can't remember. Anyway, different in the kitchen for sure. It was different from, I remember. And then Tommy being there for a long period of time, he took over. How is your relationship with him and with your colleagues? Because it seems like a very strong staff, it's a strong team from what I can see from outside. And we had Tommy on the podcast a while back, and he seems to be quite passionate about forming a team and keeping a team. How is your relationship with him?
So I know him from 10 years and I have good relation. We go fishing sometime, we go out, pubs, drinks, and he's good guy. And he try to keep a bit like respect in the kitchen, and people, if he struggle with something, we jump and help. And yes, it's fun. It's different kitchen. I don't know. It's some kitchens, people wake in the morning, they are not happy going back to the kitchen. And for me, this is not happen. I don't want to have this in my head. Oh, I need to go again. I need to see that. No, for me, I'm happiest person, and I love to go back every day in the kitchen and with my colleagues. We have jokes. We have some days, bad days. We have problem with family. So we need to keep all how we build, like
stick together, basically, through good and the bad. Yeah, that's a good one. But then I guess a lot changed, for Samphire. Well, Ormer at the beginning, it was a Michelin star place, and then he moved into what is now, it's fine dining, and I guess trying to be a bit more affordable if possible. So it's not at that price bracket where it's almost very hard to go for a lunch or go for dinner. It's still pricey because for a good reason. I mean, you guys are very skilled, and you use good ingredients. I guess
a lot of local ingredients as well.
And it's always going to be more expensive because of that.
Yeah.
But how do you see that things change from when you started with Ormer, for example, and what you do today with Samphire? Is there anything that changed? How was this transition?
So the change is, I think, big change, because I was kitchen porter, and now I cook for people. So when I was kitchen porter, I always follow people and see what they do. For example, you was in a larder in this period, and I always wash my dishes, do my stuff, and just
keep an eye on what the chefs do. Yeah,
and the change is all the time change. People coming, people going. I think that's the change.
Is it harder now to keep staff, although let's say you try your best, or maybe I like to believe that Tommy does his best to keep his staff. Is it more challenging to keep staff now comparing to like years back, like 10 years ago, let's say?
I don't know to answer to this, but
yeah, it's not really your job to be fair.
It's depend of people if they want to stay, but we have some colleagues that they really want to stay in there. So
you have the core team, I guess, that you can form around and you can teach people if they come in. But does it feel like a never-ending training almost?
Never. Always training, always learning. Every day you learn something. You learn something for one chef is working 20 years in the kitchen and you never hear about this, or he explain you how to progress.
Amazing. Now let's touch a subject that probably we don't talk that much about these days. And obviously I don't want to know your exact salary and everything else, but how do you see hospitality in Jersey from this point of view? Can you live okay with what you earn in hospitality? Is this a career for future, for example?
Oh, food and this career is future. So this is never gonna stop. I think if you I don't know.
Yeah.
Cooking is
it's gonna
future.
Be here forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you guys not worrying about robots taking your jobs yet.
Oh no. Even if the robots coming, or even you have places in Dubai, for example, they do all the robots, all the cooking coming to the table. But I think the best chefs, they are not the robots. we aren't here first before them.
So they still have a lot to fight to get where you are. Do you have favorite chefs? Do you have people that you almost like mentors that help you in this career?
Well, that's difficult question. So favorite chef, is me. I think because I work hard and it's me. My favorite chef is me. I don't know if I make me understand, but it's for favorite chef is the list is too big for choose one, because you have many chefs and you can learn something for any chef. You see documentary, you see movies, you see shows, and you see like a lot of type of different chefs. So if I choose one favorite chef, I like to see one day maybe 20 chefs, top 20 chefs in the world on one cooking show, and who is the winner, that's gonna be my favorite chef.
Yeah, I guess it's, as you say,
it's too many.
It's a lot to learn from each one. Each one, they have their own strengths and I guess weaknesses. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say one, I guess. But okay, so getting back to Samphire, which we've been on Samphire subject for a while actually. What kept you for so long with them? You know, because how long you've been? Well, considering the Ormer.
I put all together.
Yeah, exactly.
The same place.
Yeah, exactly. So how long?
So 10 years in August this year.
Oof.
And it's long time. So I started as a KP, and some people they say, oh, you're gonna be 1 month in here and leave. So when I see the kitchen and I like to cook, I say maybe one day I'm gonna be a chef with the guys in there cooking for people or cooking for home. So I think if you are not happy in one place, you not stay for that long. I think the days off, I think the Christmas closing, you have 2 weeks with your family. You need time with family. Especially now, I have a kid 6 years old, and timing in Christmas is closing, holidays, money is good money, and
Accommodation as well, because you live in accommodation.
Accommodation. Right? Some people, they don't like to live where they work, but if you do your job, go home, go back to work. Is nobody gonna
bother you?
Yeah, but people don't like to live where they work. I don't care.
If it's not bothering
if
you,
I pay less, it's better for me. I need money for my life, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I'm probably one of those people, that I remember being offered staff accommodation before I left hospitality to work for one place here in Jersey. It was a really good position. It was like a head chef position, and they were offering me accommodation. But I was like, do I really want to be living in the same location? Like, I don't know.
I don't know why people don't like this. And
yeah.
I think
for me, it was
a bit scary, no?
I think for me, it was also the fact that I wanted to disconnect on the day. And, some people can. I mean, you have no problems, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, I want to disconnect. I don't want to think about work. And being in that area of work, I thought that it would be very, very challenging to disconnect. And for me, accommodation is almost like double-edged sword. I'm not saying in your situation, but I'm just talking for myself. Is you're almost trapped as well. So if, let's say, you decide to leave, your decision will always be influenced by accommodation. So that's was one of my reasons. But again, sometimes you need to make sacrifices. That was because I could afford to say that, for example.
Yeah.
If, let's say, you get a different stage in life, and as you say, you have a child, you have other people that you need to support, then is that a really big deal? Probably not. It was just that I wanted something different and I could do it differently. But, if it works for you.
Yeah, it's one thing when I turn off the gas and the stoves and I cross the door, I don't speak more about the work, and I look after my life. So it's not just work.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that you can disconnect. As I said, for me, it would have been probably difficult to do that. And in other circumstances, like, for example, I work in a few other places, which one of them was Ormer. Finish work, completely disconnect.
Yeah.
But, some people can't do it. And I guess that's why they try to avoid working and living almost in the same location. But, for people that can, I don't think
it's no problem for that. And it's good. It's good for people who want to save a lot of money, because it's cheap.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're right. I totally agree from that point of view. In terms of challenges, what are your biggest challenges these days? Because sure, there must be after 10 years almost in the same kitchen. You do like a lot, obviously, of what's going on there, because you wouldn't be there, I guess. But I'm sure there are things that you'd be like, I kind of, not necessarily hate, because hate is a strong word, but what challenges you've got on your day-to-day job?
I think the biggest challenge in the kitchen, apart of cooking, I think is people. We are all different. We come from different countries, different culture. It's a bit difficult to work with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. And big challenge in the kitchen, learning every day something, see something. When I start, I didn't know a lot of names, like, don't know.
All the ingredients names,
Ingredients,
for
red
example,
peppers. Yeah, I was absolutely not speaking English. Now I speak a bit better, but it was difficult for me. And now I try to create dishes. I try to help Tommy and Ollie. And I come sometime with new dishes. We discuss, we test, all the chefs, we go together in one table. And with these things as well, when someone creates a dish, if everybody is there trying, speaking, explaining, helping, give a new idea.
Coming with ideas, yeah.
And this keep a bit as well closer and closer in the kitchen. So no make one dish and stay separate. I don't know if I...
No, it's important to build a team.
Yeah.
That's how you
and
build it.
It's good as well to have like before service or once a week, like briefing before, and keep together. And Tommy do that a lot. Like you remember when you was in there, or before service 10 minutes, everybody set, all sections set, everything on, and bring together, speak what we have, what we don't have, what is, if someone is not right in the day or have problem, maybe give him day off, or helping, supporting, and that's good. Let's keep together. Let's keep closer and closer. If I don't have these things, trust me, I'm the first person to decide to don't stay in one place. Like if I'm not happy, or if I get upset one day, is the day, is the moment. Next day, never keep what's happened yesterday, because it's not the point. Or don't build something you don't want to see next day. Apart of dishes build and create.
Build and create and keep them consistent and everything else. But other than that, no, totally. I like Tommy. I think he evolved, he developed himself very nicely because I guess he's seen, although he doesn't have a huge experience outside of Ormer or Samphire.
I think he do a lot of like going in kitchens and do difference. I think he do in Jersey in few places, and he works before in different restaurants, and he do a bit in market fish. Before joining, I think. That was a good experience. That's good. I do as well in London, so I work in like market fish, and that's helped me. I never
filleted fish or
I never was so how can I explain? So I do that job because I need the money and all this, but
they help you.
They help a lot. A lot. When I was kitchen porter in here and I see people do fish, I was like, don't speak, don't say nothing, but
you don't do it right.
But it's good. A lot of jobs I do in my life is help me, and I create something. I don't know. It's me.
No, what I was gonna say about Tommy, I think it's good that I'm sure he tries, and he's trying to almost like study himself, different things, and what's every going day. On, staying up to date. But his career was mainly Ormer and Samphire, so he wasn't that exposed to the rest of the world, which is probably good and bad depending on how you see it. But what I like about him, he cares about people, from what I'm getting, and I think he's seen both worlds. He's seen how it was with Sean, when it wasn't really a group, it wasn't really a team that, at least in my opinion, working there for like 6, 7, 8 months, I can't remember exactly. It wasn't, we all liked what we'd done and what we were doing, but, we didn't really have that team kind of like structure that we all tried to work together, obviously, and we did, because obviously that's how we worked, but I don't think it was that connected, the team, that probably like it is today. Sean never really had that in mind. He was like, well, you do well during service, then I don't care, then it wasn't really that close to the team. That's what I mean. Although Lee, the head chef, he was somewhere in between. When Sean came in, I think everything was like, well, you do your service, after that, we don't really care about you.
I think it was more pressure before.
It probably was a lot more pressure. Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying no, and probably that's why he couldn't do that. I'm not, probably it's unfair to blame him, because there were a lot of things, as you said, there was a lot of pressure. It was a Michelin star place at that point. It was, the expectations were higher. He was busier. You remember, like, he was...
I know he was busy. And now we have days he's very busy. We have functions, we have parties, you have terrace.
So he got busy now for you as well.
But I think before, it was that closer and closer. Because it's always one chef come, one chef go. So it's not like have, for example, 1 year, same chefs. It's two coming, two going. So you can create in 1-2 months a big team. No. This you need to build in years and years and years and years. So that's the best.
Yeah.
So for example, Tommy is there 1 year before me. and after I start kitchen porter and still in there. And we have some people you have like 3-4 years,
That's good.
and you have some people 2 years, and you have few new chefs, and it's difference of the years, but it's like 10 years together, 3 years together. So you know more, you go more out, you know everything, what you like, what you don't like. So that helps to have a big group and colleagues.
Yeah, he did say that he tries to get you guys out to try different things, experiment, see, like, because cooking is about that as well, different flavors. You can combine something from that place to something from the other place, and you almost come with something completely new.
Tommy likes to take us a lot of for lunch, dinner, to see new things. He always offer. He say, if you need guys money or anything, time or this, let's have when it's no busy day, let's go to eat in that place. Or we have discussion before to have like experience challenge. So for go to work in London 1 week, 1 month,
Nice.
no 1 month,
Oh, yeah.
1 week. So like 1 Michelin star restaurant or 2. So working there as an experience. So he try to do these things as well, and it helps for people trying new things.
Yeah. We had Will Holland, who's a Michelin star chef. He was like the Atlantic head chef, and I asked him because I knew how people see this, the Michelin star world. I'm like, are you going for a star? Are you trying to get a star? And he had a really nice reply saying, well, there's no such a thing of like going for a star. There's no, and I knew it, I knew it. I just know how people see it from outside. He was like, I don't even know if the Michelin star inspector is coming to check what we do. I have no power over what they do.
Yeah.
All I know is that I want to cook good food and, have happy guests. So
that's the most important thing.
Yeah. But
Keep quality and consistency and have people happy.
But have you guys ever had the conversations like, you guys, especially you, because you remember the times when Ormer was a Michelin star place. Have you guys ever had the conversations like, oh, it would be so good to get a star again? Or it's never really something that crosses your mind?
I don't know to answer to this. So I don't know. I don't really want to answer to this. So
yeah. But then for you, for example, what would you like? Do you think about that? Not necessarily. I'm not saying what Tommy says. Like, how do you see it?
Yeah. I think it's important to even working in Michelin star, change, go to London, stay 2-3 years and work, and come back after. Maybe you want to open something. You have new ideas, new things coming in your head. You see different cookings.
Do you think this would help for your CV at least?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
I don't want to give names of restaurants or fast foods in Jersey, but if you work in one place and you go in another place, that's a big difference.
But then if let's say Samphire would get today a Michelin star, would that help you?
Oh, I celebrate.
But would that help?
Of course.
But would that help you? Yeah, it would.
Yeah. But it's different. After you need to be all in line, like.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I had this conversation with Tom, and he believes in like cooking good food and make the business profitable as well, which some people never really talk about, which is one of the most challenging things these days. Make the business profitable, and then the success and everything else should follow. But what I would genuinely like for him to get that recognition and get that star, whether he wants it or not, because he's been working hard and he's been in that place for that long.
Yeah.
So I would like him to get, whether he thinks about it or not, that's not really my problem. Obviously, it's probably in their mind, and he's not trying to put any extra pressure on himself. But I wish that he gets it. I genuinely do. And for you guys as well, because I think you do a great job. Although I know I keep saying, and Tom is always like, yeah, you should come for dinner, you should come. And I never really find I don't know. I do go out every now and then, but for me now, these days, the Michelin star places or fine dining places just don't really suit. I feel like they don't really suit me that much. I just like a very relaxed atmosphere where I might get a bad burger or whatever, but I can take it. It's fine. It's just a pub down the road, or have just a pint of beer, and that's pretty much it.
It's difficult question for me is I don't want to talk about this. I don't know. It's no. Maybe if I say something, people understand wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think if you have a Michelin, it's good. Or maybe one day, the commission or the
guide,
is coming, and after 2-3 months, you have the Michelin. Never know, but I don't want to speak about it. It's not my.
No, it's true. Yeah, it's not for you to decide. Obviously, that plans are made probably higher up, but it's also the pressure that these can put on you after that, because you need to keep that star. It's not just like you earn it and it's
that's
done.
more pressure.
Well, exactly. This. Yeah. So maybe, although let's say the team wants it, it's probably better without, because you just cook and you are yourself and you care more about the food than anything else. So it's almost like a double-edged sword. Okay, we finished with Michelin anyway. It's
not just food, it's all.
It's the atmosphere,
Atmosphere, you need to have probably sommelier, you need to have it's all the stuff. You need to be ready for Michelin. One of the things, I think, everything you need to be perfect.
Do you go, when you go to Romania, what sort of dishes you try? And what would you like to see here? Whether dishes or ingredients, is there something that you ever thought
Ingredients, I think vegetables, all the vegetables and fruits as well, I find different. What I eat when I was back home, is different flavor. Now I find all like no flavor. You take one tomato, you eat it, no flavor, no anything. And dishes, all. I like Romanian food. I grow with this, so I like all.
Do you cook a lot of Romanian food at home, or?
A lot. And I have few years I try, like I make sushi, I make curry, but I'm not familiar with this. I don't like coriander, for example, and sometimes I eat, I don't like too much spices.
So then you coming back to the Romanian food.
And I eat. It's no problem for me, but my wife no eat, my kid no eat, so what's the point to make? If I go out or if I eat at work, stuff food or whatever, I eat, no problem. I take the coriander in the side and I eat. But I try home, few different things, but they don't eat, so it's no.
So it's your wife, does she cook? She likes cooking, or is mainly you cooking?
No, we cook together. So,
that's nice.
Like when I'm off, I cook, and when he's home, he's cook for herself. We don't do like back home. You make one beef stew and you eat 2-3 days. You make little bit, eat, have dinner, maybe next day eat again, and that's it. But back home, you have all the family. You make 5 kilo, 10 kilo beef stew, and you have in the fridge like 2-3 days. Like
well, I remember. It was like
I always cook home. I love to cook and always cooking.
Which is very interesting, because I was like that. Even when I was working in the kitchen on my days off, for me it was very relaxing to cook. Some chefs just couldn't understand, and even when I remember at Ormer, the guys were like, I'm just going to the restaurant, I'm getting a takeaway, I'm just getting ready meals and stuff like that. I like cooking. It was relaxing because you can do it on your own terms. When you do it at home, you don't have to follow recipes. If you want to change it, change it. If you want to go crazy, go crazy. If you want to add coriander, add coriander. If you don't, you don't.
I think some people, when they don't go out from the door, from the kitchen, and for example, if day off, they don't want to cook.
I like you.
I have 2 hours. I want to cook, and I think day before I gonna buy this. Go market. Go.
If you're organized, it's easy.
Cook this 2 hours done. a little glass of wine in the side, and that's it.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like it as well. And
But a lot of people, they want to be relaxed in the day. Oh, pizza. Oh, or I don't know, like.
yeah, takeaways and all that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Okay, going back to your progression from kitchen porter, and you've done pizza before, it was a combination. But we're talking about the Jersey part. From kitchen porter to what you do today. How do you see the new generation of chefs? How do you see them? Do you see them as passionate? Do you see them as interested in the job, or it's more of a like, well, I just want the money? Because we were talking about passion. How do you see them? Because I'm sure you get every now and then you get people coming for like few weeks and they just gone. Some of them probably that finished the college and they go into professional kitchens.
Some people they have the passion. Some people they don't know, the families they send to do something and to know something to do, but it's, I don't know, it's good and
good and bad
and bad. Yeah, we always need chefs as well. So new generation. Highlands College is big school for me. It helped me a lot, and it's every year have level 1, level 2, level 3. So some people coming strong and good. Have few young people in Jersey. They been in Highlands College and they still cooking. Have some people I see they do all the courses and they just leave. They are in construction or that depends of the people.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that left because you were just saying about.
I see in Samphire a lot of people coming and going.
Well, I'm talking left, not necessarily just left Samphire for a different restaurant. Left the industry entirely.
Yeah, completely.
They are like, I think I'm not, and I'm sure I'm not exaggerating. There are probably thousands of chefs here thousands of people that could cook.
Yeah.
But they just do different jobs.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in their career they did hospitality. They just move entirely out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that there are a lot of people, but like one example is just me. Like I know.
Yeah.
And I loved it. But
you love to cook, but you want more, to be more relaxed. Don't stay 12 hours,
true.
14 hours in the kitchen. Yeah. And it's a lot of stress. It's stress,
it is.
Pressure, stress. And if you put all together with problems you have or whatever, you say one day, nah, that's not for me. And I don't want to think in this, because if I think once or twice, I'm gonna think and I'm gonna...
So you never thought about leaving,
No,
at least from when you were in Jersey?
No. I work in construction, I was painter, I work with animals, I work in like pig fruits or whatever. I find myself in the kitchen, relax, it's stress. I think I like to be stressed, I don't know. But I find me in there, so I want to be there. Because I do many jobs in my life, many.
But this is the one that you feel like it fits you perfectly. Yeah, well, it's just good, because it's nothing. I think it's nothing worse than. Well, there are a lot of things that could be worse, but one of them is definitely like hating your job. I do strongly believe that when you get at that point, and especially, it's not like back in the days where you start you get into a job and you almost 100%. Gonna know that you're gonna retire from that job, whether you like it or not, because there were not many opportunities. But these days, I think if you continue doing something that you hate,
don't do it.
It's on you. It's on you.
If you start to hate or you think, you don't need to leave the time speak for you. Stay 1 year doing something you don't like. Why you need to get stressed and I hate, I go again. No, don't do it. Stop.
No, you're right.
Try something different. Go 1 week somewhere or 1 month, work, see how you feel, how you find you in there. But if you don't like, if you hate, don't do it. No point. No.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is a good message for someone thinking to get into hospitality, like a new generation of chefs, which are not many. When I say
we know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I have most of my friends in here, they are work in this hospitality. And Jersey is a lot for this. Is a lot of places, restaurants, a lot of tourism. So that's good. Every 2-3 months new restaurant. Every 2-3 months new restaurant. So that's good. And keep people in here and working.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe, you know, that obviously if people are coming here, and we are obviously migrants, if you're coming and you bring value to the island and you bring value to the community and you're trying to integrate in the community, which I'm trying and you're trying, and, you know, we try to follow the rules and everything else, respect them. I think it's good for the island.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of Romanians. Obviously, we do have the people that we are not that proud of, let's put it this way. There are not many, which is great. Like, from my experience at least, Romanians in hospitality here are seen as good and professional people.
I think all the people they are build something in here. It's not just the Romanians.
No, absolutely.
No, because after maybe it sound a bit like Romania.
Yeah, it sounds like we are biased.
We have a lot of nationality. They are do great jobs. They are fantastic, and it's good for Jersey. All community. We are in small island, so we build this. We keep that as well.
I mean, look, we had some people saying, you know, how good. And I actually get feedback from someone from work saying about front of house. You know, the new wave of Kenyans coming here. You know, although they are temporary jobs, I hear a lot of good feedback, especially from the way they manage front of house. Apart, they really welcome me. They're really helpful. They smile. They really like what they do, and that you can see that because people react well to it. I don't know how the kitchens are. Apparently, you know, even there, you know, because they're coming with different skills, they cook with different ingredients.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a bit harder to adapt, I guess.
But I think what is coming in Jersey is all ready for that. So they've been to schools, they've been training, they speak very good English. So that's good.
Yeah.
It's no have a call. Is my cousin coming working as a chef, and he worked 2 years before, and he don't know nothing. They come build.
Yeah, they do have some skill. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Although they probably never chopped whatever ingredients we've got here, that doesn't mean that they don't know how to do it. So they probably don't recognize some of which probably there are not many ingredients, but if let's say there are, you know, that we use here and they don't use, or fish. If you know how to fillet sea bass, you're most likely going to know how to fillet whatever, bream or whatever other fish, you know.
Flatfish or...
Exactly, yeah. It's certain
fish
things change slightly, but the skill stays. So it's good that they're coming with some sort of package of skills. So yeah, it seems like we're getting multicultural in Jersey, that's for sure. Especially with lots of people coming from Africa now. It seems to be a different shift in hospitality. But yeah, apparently these come and go. I actually had the conversation.
And we all go and come everywhere. That's good.
Yeah.
It's not like 10 years ago or 20 years ago we want to leave the country and it's so difficult with documents and all this. Now it's all free.
Yeah. I mean, there are still, now it's getting more challenging because of the visas and everything. But if you're doing a good job and if you really... I'm sure the employer will help you. I'm sure the head chef will try his best to keep you. And I'm sure even I know it's probably a big word, but like even the government would want you because you bring value to that place and to the island. So I do believe in these quite a bit. Now, in terms of future plans, what are your plans? I mean, we know you're happy with hospitality. You're happy with Samphire. Is the plan to progress at Samphire? Is it a plan to open your own place at some point? What are the...
I think for last 2 years, I say maybe I think I'm ready to open something, but it's difficult in Jersey to open something. But I think little place, 20
seats?
20 guests. I think for start, it's going to be amazing. And I still thinking and I have my few plans, but... If
what cuisine, what cooking? Is it gonna be Romanian? Or you don't know?
It's for we have before one restaurant Romanian, and it's a bit difficult for Jersey. People try a lot of different cuisine in Jersey, and it's a lot of restaurant. Can work or can no? It's a bit 50-50 because we eat a lot of soups in summer, and if it's about restaurant or bistro Romanian, it's all about stews, soups, like.
Yeah, the food is slightly heavier than what you would expect here during summer. Well, slightly, it's actually a small word.
Yeah,
it's a lot heavier.
And I like to eat warm soup in summer. Nobody like to do this. You eat once and after no come for that again. So it's a bit difficult to open a Romanian restaurant. But I think something like mix, because I work and I do a lot of things. So like have a few calzone, you have one soup, you have one, don't know, beef, fish, beef, or like mix.
It's funny. It's funny you said about the soup, the warm soup during summer. But if you go in these places, if you go in Africa, Sahara, whatever, Morocco and all that.
Bulgaria or Romania.
No, but what I'm saying is like they, not necessarily on the soup side, but you're talking about like warm or hot, whether beverages or soups, because like to a degree they mixed. They drink hot tea in the middle of the desert where it's like 45-50 degrees Celsius. And that helps apparently. That actually cools down your body because it's actually having the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very interesting, like we think that some very hot or warm, ingredients would actually make us hotter than, drinking cold water or gazpachos or whatever. Yeah, is it kind of interesting how it works, and obviously it's different cultures as well. They don't drink that much alcohol, at least some of those regions, and they focus more on tea. But yeah. For people that want to know more about you and get in touch with you, where are you most active on social media?
I try a bit grow my Instagram and Facebook, and I think I live now on the side. I say, you need to stay every day in there, 1 or 2 hour post, share, post.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah, but I stop a bit. Sometimes I put 2 or 3 pictures. I try to do TikTok as well with food, what we doing here, and I just stop. I just live like that. Work, sometime post, sometime.
Okay then, Alex, thank you so much for being a guest here. And I know it's difficult with times off and days off and family and everything else, so I appreciate it even more. And you know what? We'll be in touch. Who knows? Maybe one day be the head chef of Samphire.
Or maybe I'll open my own place.
Or maybe you open your own place and you are then it gets to the point where you are the owner, the head chef and everything else.
I have to learn more to open a place. I want to go to Highland again for management. Have a course. Maybe you're gonna help me. So I need to learn more.
Yeah, it's important because making it profitable, it's actually the part that will keep it or not. Because just cooking nice food, that's not enough. That's not enough.
It's no, you're a chef now, I open my own restaurant tomorrow. That's no chance, not gonna work. No, and you need a team as well, so you need to be trained for open something.
Yeah.
You need to be ready for that. If no, you're gonna...
But even the progressing, I guess, at Samphire slowly, if let's say in a year, 2 years or whatever, you get to sous chef position, then you're going to get, let's say Tommy's away, then you're going to be in a situation where you need to handle the orders, probably already do, but I don't know. You're going to get into a position of like seeing how much everything costs. It's coming back to you, well, we've got an issue, you need to send it back. So these are almost like the admin jobs of a head chef, which as much as he hates are really important. So
like what I do before when I was KP, I watching what you're doing. So now I'm cooking by what people doing. So I want to be one step a bit if I
Ahead,
progress
yeah.
and I jump in a different position, I do my training, so I stealing what people do, like watching and learning, and have just kept what is good and what is not good.
No, absolutely. And it's the best way to do it because you're not under pressure. You just watch, you
Yeah.
try to get what is good and what is bad,
Yeah.
see what works, what doesn't.
I see what Tommy do, I see what Lee do before, I see what another chefs do before, I see what people do on TV. So I create my own me, for
Yeah.
example. If it's that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's progressing and being almost in the shadow and jump when you're ready. If you're gonna build all these skills, you're gonna be more prepared for the next steps.
Yeah, because I'm not running for position. I'm not desperate.
Yeah.
Oh, I cook and I do this. I want this. I never ask for that. So when they know I'm ready for something, and when I know I'm ready for something, I accept. If I'm not ready, I don't want just for more money, or I don't want just for, oh, this guy is head chef or Michelin star. No. If I'm not ready, I no accept.
Amazing. Alex, it was a great conversation. You see, I know you were nervous at the beginning, but these get
I'm
better
still
and
nervous.
better. If we go for 2 hours, if let's say we're gonna go for 2 hours, then I'm sure you'll
Yeah,
be
but
like,
you feel more comfortable. I feel
Yes.
more, and now I don't want to go. So I'm joking.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, but for start, I don't know.
It is like that.
A
And it's normal.
language and
It's normal.
yeah,
It's not. We're not here, as I said. We're not teaching English here. We're
Yeah.
talking about hospitality, and whether people like it or not, and not just in Jersey. It happens almost like in UK, in France, or whatever. These kitchens are more filled up with foreigners than with locals. So, in a way, this is the reality. You're not gonna
Life.
you're not gonna be perfect. Working in a kitchen sometimes. Getting that perfect English is just not probably the right place. And sometimes, people, what happens, you work, let's say you're Romanian, you work with other Romanians, and then because you talk only Romanian, you don't learn, which is really bad, but it happens,
yeah.
It happens in all sorts of communities, not just ours. But, you try your best, and I guess he helped you because you were working with local guys or guys from the UK, and it helped me as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
When I was, because it's not helpful when you just talk Romanian. It's hard
No.
if you don't practice and you just
And it's
listen.
not good for people as well. It's, even if you speak about football, for example, and you have two different colleagues close to you, that's no fair for them.
Yeah.
It's-
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's very rude. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's-
You got to be, that's comes to
Yeah.
respect. Absolutely. Alex, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. It was amazing. And, I hope you guys continue doing amazing things, Samphire, and all the best, Tommy. Yeah, we love you. And, we wish you all the best.
And happy birthday for...
And happy birthday. Yeah, because his birthday was recently, and we'll talk more when we have more news from you. Thank you.